Hey guys, what is up? I am Rosie, and I want to do this for Tim Kelly. Tim Kelly was the original guitar player for the band Slaughter. Slaughter, if anybody knows me, knows that they are my favorite band. And today is January 13th, 2021, and I think he would have been 58 today. So I wanted to do this for him. This is a redo. I already have a video on my channel detailing why I love Slaughter so much and why I call them my obsession. Well, my love for Slaughter began like everybody else in 1990. Their music was catchy, the guys were hot, they were fun, and they were for the fans. So how could you not love that? But my obsession with them began in 1992. My best friend at the time, who I've talked about in several videos, Justine, quote unquote, bought From the Beginning and the Wildlife home videos. She bought them, and the day she bought them, she called me, and at the last minute, I had to ask my mom if I could go spend the weekend, and she let me. And so we just holed up in her room that weekend and watched those videos. When they both ended, they just entered my heart even more. Like, my love for them transcended anything that I felt for any other band or any other group of any other genre. I can't explain it. I don't know why, but I just love them more than anybody else. So, and through the years, even inadvertently, they were part of the soundtrack of some pretty cool stuff in my life. Like, they were in the background. When I and my husband at the time were moving into an apartment with our baby, who was at that time about 6 months old, we had Slaughter playing. Like, I didn't even notice that he had put my Slaughter cassette in his car. Yes, it was a cassette. I didn't notice that he put it in his car, but he did. And so they were playing in the background. A few months later, when our friend had a video camera, I just started playing some music in the video recording of us, and I played some Slaughter. As a matter of fact, the segment with me in it ended with what song was playing? Spend My Life. Yeah, it was Spend My Life. And so yeah, they were just always there. I always tell the story. I've even told it to Mark once or twice on his Facebook page, but I told about how when I was 19, I wanted to end my life, and in that process, I guess I'll just go ahead and tell it. In that process, I had just lost my great-grandfather, and a few hours before that, my asshole of a boyfriend dumped me. I don't know why I felt for this guy the way I did, but for some reason when he dumped me, I just felt empty. And so, and then not only that, but all of my friends hated him because they already wanted to kill him anyway because of how he did me the year before. And I talked about that in the video about my rape experiences. He got me drunk, took my virginity, and I don't remember it. So they hated him because of that already. But the fact that I was so depressed had everybody mad at him. And he had to shop somewhere else for a great while after that. But anyway, that night in my room after I lost my great-grandfather, I got home from work, went to my room, and closed the door. My stepdad and my mom were arguing. She had just lost her grandfather, and they were arguing. I wasn't even 19 yet at the time. I was about 18. I was going to turn 19 later that year. But anyway, I sat in my room and I had a box cutter from work. It was a brand new box cutter, so it hadn't been used on boxes yet. And I had some, I think, Aleve or Advil. I think it might have been Aleve. I can't remember, but I was going to just sit there and I was going to hope that the Aleve would take care of the pain and I wouldn't feel anything. And I turned on some music in my room, and Flight to the Angels just happened to come on. A song about letting go convinced me to continue on. And then after that, Don't Close Your Eyes by Kix came on. I guess my radio was on shuffle, and I don't remember pressing shuffle, but that's how it happened. And I tell that story in hopes to maybe tell someone else that you don't have to suffer alone. You don't have to end your life, that things will get better someday. But anyway, so yeah, that's how that happened. And I actually got to meet them. I didn't get to meet Tim Kelly, unfortunately, but stories I've heard about him over the years, I love the guy, and I'm really sad about the fact that he's not here. When I heard that he had passed away, a few days later, I found out that I was pregnant with my first child. So losing him, I felt like I got a gift in replacement. Not really to replace him, but to heal the hurt that losing him caused, I guess. And so I pretty much just like I use my children as a way to feel close to him in a way, and I adore my children. I love them and would do anything in the world for them. But I did get to meet the other three guys. In 2011, August 20th, 2011, I got to see Slaughter for the very first time here in Birmingham with my best friend. I got to meet Mark first outside of the venue, shook his hand. His hands are rough. He's a really sweet guy. He gave us some guitar picks, and yeah, just a really sweet guy. I got to meet Dana next. I saw him outside of the tour bus, looked outside from where I was sitting at the bar having a Coke, and I just looked up and there he was, and I said, "Oh, there's Dana." And the way I said it was so casual, it almost freaked me out. And so yeah, I got to meet him. He's a charmer. I got to meet his hand, shake his hand, meet his hand. I got to shake his hand. His hands are soft. That night before they played, we got to meet them outside. They did their meet and greet right outside of the venue. And so they took pictures and stuff, and Vicky and I took pictures with them. I don't show anybody my picture with them for reasons. And so yeah, I got to meet them. Dana told me about a show that they were going to be playing in a couple of weeks' time with Blas, and he said that it was an experiment to see how well they still play together. And so they did do that show in Detroit, or near Detroit. It was I forgot what city it was exactly, but it was September 1st, 2011 that they played that show. And then I got to meet Slaughter again. No, I didn't get to go, by the way. I didn't get to go to the show, and I was upset by that. I got to meet them again 2012, June 30th, in New Orleans. And it was at the Howlin' Wolf on the French Quarter. And that was a fun show. They played the show with Lynam, and I have pictures and stuff to back that up. You can look at my other video to see some of those, and I'll try to get as many as I can in this video. But and it was let me see, I didn't get to talk to Mark that time, but we talked to Zoltan sometime after their sound check, and then we saw Dana briefly after the show. We went home the very next day, and I have to thank Vicky for that show also. I got to meet Blas in 2019 on December 11th after a Trans-Siberian orchestra show, which is the single most spectacular show I've ever seen, considering I've only seen 3. But that's besides the point. It was the single most spectacular show I've ever seen, and I want to see them again. But Blas is a very sweet guy. He's as sweet as everybody says he is, and he took a few minutes to talk to me and my oldest, and he talked to us until he had to go. And so we were thankful for that. It was a great night, and I was hyped up for Christmas. The next day could have been Christmas for all I cared, and I would have been happy with that, but it wasn't Christmas. It was only December 12th. But anyway, so yeah, I love those guys because they're not full of themselves. They're not in their own heads. They don't have their heads up their asses about their notoriety or about the amount of fans who still love them. They are as humble as they've always been, and I love that about them. I've heard Dana describe themselves as 4 degenerates who got lucky doing what they love. And how can I fight with that? And so I just love those guys. They knew what their dream was. They went after it and they lived it. And because of that, all these years later, over 30 years later, they still have hundreds, thousands, just a legion of fans who still absolutely adore them. And I am one, and I will always love them. I want to thank them for inspiring me that you can go after a dream and live it and become known for it, and you don't have to be an asshole about it. So that's where I am with this video. I again did this for Tim Kelly. I didn't have to redo it, but my first video had like this distorted monster voice that came out of nowhere when my microphone slowed up, so I just wanted to redo this. And I want to say happy heavenly birthday to Tim Kelly. I want to say thank you to Mark, Blas, Dana, and Tim for being such an inspiration, for being such wonderful human beings, and just for the music that I still love. Try to ignore that motor outside. We have an idiot in this neighborhood that always does that every single day, but thank you to them for just inspiring me to love them. And thank you for loving us back. And with that, you guys, I'm going to go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Share it if you would care to. Subscribe and like. I would appreciate that very much. And I hope to see y'all on the next upload. Bye for now.